Good evening and welcome to City Hall. Before we start tonight's meeting, we'll have a prayer led by Councilman Mike Harvey.
And guidance as they embark on their duties and the task before them, in the hope that their direction and work will be satisfactory and productive. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd ask the clerk to please have roll.
Bray.
Here.
Carroll.
Here.
Harvey.
Here.
Kuhn.
Here.
Lubert.
Here.
Pope.
Here.
Schulte.
Here.
Scribner.
Here.
Weber.
Here.
All right, we have a quorum this evening. Nothing under public hearings. Under number 6 tonight is Sherry Thomas here, please, and Beth from Lewis and Clark. If you could come forward, please. Actually, you can come to the podium if you would. It's always good to see you, ladies. They're both from Lewis and Clark. Tonight we have a proclamation that deals with the Holocaust. Whereas the history of the Holocaust offers an opportunity to reflect on the moral responsibilities of individuals, societies, and governments. And whereas we, the people of Jefferson City, should act to rededicate ourselves to the principles of individual freedom in a just society. And whereas, pursuant to the Congress Act, Public Law 96-388 of October 7th, 1980, the United States Holocaust. Now therefore, I, Eric J. Strump, Mayor of Jefferson City, do hereby proclaim the week of Sunday, April 15th through Sunday, April 22nd as days of remembrance in memory of the victims of the Holocaust. Come forward.
Come forward.
Sorry about that. I've only been doing this a year. Thank you very much. Where's our... Michelle's not here. All right, thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, next we have on the agenda, if I could have Hank, is it Voigt, with the realtors? And also ask that Melva Fast come forward. Hank, would you like to first tell us about your poster contest that you just
Sure.
had?
On behalf of the Jefferson City Area Board of Realtors, I'd like to thank the Mayor and the City Council for recognizing April as Fair Housing Month. This is our 5th year sponsoring the poster contest, and we had 136 entrants. The contest is open to all 4th, 5th, and 6th graders within the jurisdiction of the Jefferson City Area Board of Realtors, which is Cole, Callaway, Montauk, and Osage counties. This year's theme was Fair Housing. We are all part of the puzzle. All posters are on display, will be on display at the Capitol Mall April 18th through the May 9th. And we want to thank our sponsors, Jefferson Bank, Central Bank, Regions Bank, Hawthorne, Community Bank of Russellville, and the City of Jefferson, and our judges, which is Jefferson City's First Lady, Darla, Joy Sweeney, and Brad Stokes. We are proud to recognize and award the following students for earning top honors in the contest. 4th grade, first place is Ember Atkins from South Callaway. And you can come forward, please. And Aubrey Atkins from South Callaway, 2nd place for 4th grade. Caden Johnson, East Elementary, 4th grade, 3rd place. Okay, now we'll move to 5th grade. We have Lexi Weinmiller from South Callaway. She's 1st place for the 5th graders. Peyton Leeper from South Callaway, 5th grade, 2nd place. Brett Masick, South Callaway, 5th grade, 3rd place. Okay, now we'll go to 6th grade. Ivy McLean from South Callaway is first place. Savannah Grochin, who's homeschooled, second place for 6th grade. And Austin Clubb from South Callaway received third place for 6th grade. We'd like to congratulate all of our winners.
Hank, if you'd like to come forward, I can give you this presentation. Therefore, I, Eric J. Strump, Mayor of Jefferson City, do hereby resolve that April 2012 will be Fair Housing Month, which begins a year-long celebration with the U.S. Fair Housing Law in Jefferson City. Hank, congratulations, and thanks for all the work the realtors do. Melva, thank you for your participation. All right, guys, you can sit down. Thanks for coming tonight. Next, we have underneath number 7, the following minutes and reports have been filed here at City Hall. Public Safety Committee of March 8th, certification of the Cole County and Callaway County April 3rd election results. Animal Rescue Division monthly report. Kind of a different meaning there. Police Personnel Board, Campo Technical Committee, and the Historic Preservation Commission of March 26th. Next, we'll have committee reports. First will be Councilwoman Carrie Carroll.
Thank you. We have not met this month since we're waiting for the changeover for the new council, so we have no report. Thank you.
Actually, and next is Public Safety, which is chaired by Councilman Kuhn.
Finance Committee, excuse me, Mayor.
Oh, Finance, there you go.
The Finance Committee did not meet this month, but the good news is we received the information about the sales tax, and so far year to date we're running about close to 300,000 ahead of projections.
All righty, thank you, Rich. Next, Public Safety, Mike Harvey.
Thank you, Mayor. The Public Safety Committee has not met since our last council meeting, and the next scheduled meeting is to be determined after the committees are formed.
Okay. And next, Public Works and Planning, Bob Scrivener.
Thank you, Mayor. We did reschedule, Public Works and Planning did reschedule our monthly meeting so that we had one on April the 12th. There were some old business issues that we wanted to deal with. Tax bill consolidation, agricultural lease at Algoa Wastewater, and I guess the one that there was an article in the paper regarding the permissive use of right-of-way requests by the Bluebird organization, which is basically has a fiber optic contract for extending fiber optic across the northern part of the state. And one of the things that came out of there is we asked as a committee that the plan design for that be looked at again to see if we couldn't come up with some parking for the area that we, Mayor, that you had proposed for parking for the bike trail. So we're looking to see if we can maybe solve that parking issue and along with this request for right away there. So I guess that was the biggest issue and probably had the most discussion in our committee meeting. So our next meeting will be back to the third Thursday in May, according to our normal schedule.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any ad hoc committee, liaison committees this evening? Okay, seeing none. Announcements of upcoming events, meetings, and events. I think Janice McMillan has an announcement to make. Janice.
Our citywide residential large bulky items pickup started today for areas east of Jefferson Street, and for the areas west of Jefferson Street that begins on Monday, April 23rd, a week from today.
All righty, thank you, Janice. Any questions of the staff? Okay, moving on. No appointments tonight by the mayor. Moving on to number 11, we have presentations from staff, consultants, and invited guests. We're lucky enough to have Lonnie Brandt to tell us more about the fire improvement plan. Lonnie, thanks for being here tonight. You might introduce the gentleman with you, too.
Thank you and good evening. I would like to introduce 3 other members of the department. Scott Spencer, Jason Turner, and Bill McKee that I'm sure you're all aware of. We are here today on behalf of the firefighters of Jefferson City. We have heard some concerns that the council is hesitant to put forward a proposal that includes a sales tax unless it is firmly supported by the people of this city. It is our belief that the citizens strongly support the proposal that the city eliminate the dedicated property tax and in its place institute a sales tax paid by all the people that use the services provided by the fire department. We therefore ask that you not vote on the fire department improvement plan until we have the opportunity to demonstrate the citizen support for public safety in this proposal. We know that if the bill is not voted on tonight, it will die. However, we commit to you that the firefighters, our friends and supporters, will bring to you a petition with the signatures of people from every ward who want a chance to vote on this proposal. At that time, we will ask you to bring up the plan and let the people decide for themselves by having the opportunity to vote on the issue. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Lonnie. Okay, moving
If I
on.
may,
I'm
please,
sorry.
Jason would like to make a
Oh, go ahead.
presentation to the
I'm sorry, I thought
council
you were
members.
Councilman Kuhn and Councilman Harvey, could you step out here just for a second, please? The fire department would like to recognize the 2 councilmen on the Public Safety Committee for their departure. Their support over the last several years has been very beneficial for the fire department, and we wanted to give them a small token of our appreciation tonight as they're leaving the council.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Moving on to our consent, another one's here under number 12 that signed up. Consent agenda. At this point in time, we'll entertain a motion to approve. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. No bids tonight over $50,000 in this meeting. We'll move on into bills pending. We'll have third reading of 2011-167.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute an agreement with All Systems Designed Solutions Incorporated for a door access system at the White Cotton Building.
Welcome, Bill Betts.
Thanks, Mayor. This is just a contract with All Systems to do 19 doors at the Jefferson City Police Department. All Systems currently handles all the electronic doors here at the city, in City Hall, at the Annex Building, and going to also do the ones that are going to be in place at the new animal shelter. I'll answer any questions that you have.
Any questions of Bill on 167? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Bray,
Aye.
Carroll,
Aye.
Harvey,
Aye.
Kuhn,
Aye.
Lubert,
Aye.
Hope,
Aye.
Schulte,
Aye.
Scrivener,
Aye.
Weber.
Aye.
Motion passes. Now we'll move on to third reading of 2011-168.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute an agreement with J.C. Industries Incorporated for the Missouri Boulevard Sidewalks Project.
To tell us more is Mr. Roger Schwartz. Welcome, Roger.
Thank you, Mayor. The low bid on this project was submitted by J.C. Industries in the amount of $339,394.45. This is a project to construct sidewalks on Missouri Boulevard, and it's on the south side of Missouri Boulevard from Kansas Street up to Heisinger Road. The project's funded partially from federal enhancement funds through MoDOT of $167,000, and the remainder of the cost of this project will come from the city's half-cent sales tax E for the project. So I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Questions of Roger? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Carroll,
Aye.
Harvey,
Aye.
Kuhn,
Aye.
Lubert,
Aye.
Hope,
Aye.
Schulte,
Aye.
Scrivener,
Aye.
Weber,
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Motion passes. Now we'll have third reading of 2011-169.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute an agreement with Concrete Engineering, LLC, for the Broadway Street Neighborhood Improvement Project, 500 to 600 block, and the Vineyard Square Neighborhood Improvement Project.
Mr. Schwartz.
We also took bid on our neighborhood improvement projects this month, and we got very good bids. We had 8 bidders, and the low bid was submitted by Concrete Engineering, and this would do sidewalks and curb and gutter on Broadway Street from the Highway 50-63 intersection south to Dunklin Street, and then also on Vineyard Square. This would put sidewalks on the south side with curb and gutter improvements on that street. So I'd be happy to entertain any questions.
Any questions of Roger? Bob.
When will that start, Roger?
They'll have a notice to proceed right after we approve the contract and it's all signed.
So it could be even before the 1st of May?
It could be.
And Roger, I was going to ask, how long might that project last? When might it be completed?
By fall.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions of Roger? Comments from the council? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Harvey.
Aye.
Kuhn.
Aye.
Lubert.
Aye.
Pope.
Aye.
Schulte.
Aye.
Scrivener.
Aye.
Weber.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Carroll.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on, we'll have third reading of 2011-170.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute a program agreement with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for transportation enhancement funds.
Roger.
This will be the phase 2 of the Missouri Boulevard Sidewalk Project, and this one would go from Heisinger Road to the Coles development, which is the Stone Ridge Parkway, to hook on to the sidewalks that have already been built in that area. This project would enter into an agreement with MoDOT for using 80% federal enhancement funds with a 20% local match for this project.
Okay, any questions of Roger? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Kuhn.
Aye.
Lubert.
Aye.
Pope.
Aye.
Schulte.
Aye.
Scrivener.
Aye.
Weber.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Carroll.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Motion passes. Now we'll have third reading of 2011-171.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute a cost-share agreement with the Federal Aviation Administration for the purpose of providing air traffic control services at the Jefferson City Memorial Airport.
Roger.
We're switching from sidewalks to the airport now, and this would allow us to enter into an agreement with the Federal Aviation Administration for them to provide 82% of the operating cost of that control tower at our airport. And Congress this year passed a 2-year bill that allows for this funding, so it's something that we've been concerned about and we're very much looking forward to receiving.
Any questions of Roger on 2011-171? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Lubert.
Aye.
Pope.
Aye.
Schulte.
Aye.
Scrivener.
Aye.
Weber.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Carroll.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Kuhn.
Aye.
Motion passes. Now we'll have third reading of 2011-172.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute a grant agreement between the City of Jefferson and the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for assistance with operating expenses for the air traffic control tower at the Jefferson City Memorial Airport for the period of November 1, 2010 through October 31, 2012.
Roger.
This is the companion bill to the last one, and it actually provides a 50% cost share between MoDOT and the city for the remaining operating expenses of the control tower at the airport. And this is actually a 2-year agreement with MoDOT, but it goes back to November of 2010, and they're actually going to pick up the expenses from last year that were not picked up previously.
Okay, any questions of Roger? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Pope.
Aye.
Schulte.
Aye.
Scrivener.
Aye.
Weber.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Carroll.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Kuhn.
Aye.
Lubert.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. We'll have third reading of 2011-173.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, amending Section 19401, Motor Vehicles and Traffic, Schedule H, Yield Signs, Subparagraph A of the Code of the City of Jefferson by the addition of Lewis and Clark at the T-turn.
Roger.
We had received a request from the Lewis and Clark School to actually place a stop sign at the location of this T intersection. This went to our Transportation and Traffic Commission, and there were concerns that the stop sign would be violated because most times during the day you wouldn't perceive the need to stop at this location. So what they ultimately agreed upon was that it would be a good location to place a yield sign, and that is our recommendation to you this evening.
Any questions of Roger? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Schulte.
Aye.
Scrivener.
Aye.
Weber.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Carroll.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Kuhn.
Aye.
Lubert.
Aye.
Pope.
Aye.
Motion passes. Now we'll have third reading of 2011-174.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, amending Section 19401, Motor Vehicles and Traffic, Schedule J, Parking Prohibited, Subparagraph A of the Code of the City of Jefferson pertaining to a portion of St. Mary's Boulevard and Williams Street intersection.
Roger.
This intersection's on the west side of Dix Road where St. Mary's and William Street come together to make a T intersection. There had been a problem with vehicles trying to park within the T intersection that was blocking the intersection some and making it difficult to get through there. So the Traffic and Transportation Committee looked at this, and it's their recommendation to restrict the traffic within that intersection only, and that's our recommendation this evening.
Any questions of Roger? Councilman Bray.
Roger, restrict the traffic in what way?
It would restrict parking on what would be the north side of this T intersection within the intersection only. Actually, the problem has been a large truck parking there, making it difficult for the traffic to make turns.
Any other questions of staff? Deliberation from the council? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Scrivener.
Aye.
Weber.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Carroll.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Kuhn.
Aye.
Lubert.
Aye.
Pope.
Aye.
Schulte.
Aye.
Motion passes. Roger, we're going for a record tonight. This is the one that's going to put you over the top. We'll have third reading of 2011-175.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute a ground lease agreement with LL Co. Incorporated for land at the Jefferson City Memorial Airport.
Mr. Schwartz.
Alco is a electrical contractor that works out of Jefferson City here and flies frequently out of the airport, and they have now reached the point that they would like to enter into an agreement to actually build a hangar here at the airport, so this is a ground lease for them to move forward with that.
Any questions of Roger? Roll call, please.
Weber.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Carroll.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Kuhn.
Aye.
Lubert.
Aye.
Pope.
Aye.
Schulte.
Aye.
Scrivener.
Aye.
Motion passes. Now we'll move on to the informal calendar this evening, which has 2011-164. I would ask the sponsor, Mike Harvey, what is your pleasure?
Thank you, Mayor. I wish for this to die on the calendar, please.
Okay. That's where it will stay unless 6 other members of the council say otherwise. Okay, nothing under resolutions, no scheduled reports. Phyllis, did anyone sign up under 19 this evening? Okay. Council and staff discussion of presentation topics. Any discussion there, guys? Moving on, any new business tonight with this council? Any unfinished business to bring before the council this evening? Okay, with that in mind, we are at kind of a different type of meeting here from here on out. We have presentations to some outgoing council members. The first one. Yes, sir. You know what? We could No problem. Okay, now we'll go back to our agenda, talking about our outgoing council members. John Landwehr, former Mayor Landwehr, started a tradition of describing a council member by one word. And I've thought that that's a pretty good ways to go. So we are going to continue that this evening. The first council member I'll be talking about tonight is Councilman Mike Harvey. The main quality that comes to mind to myself when it comes to Mike Harvey and your service, Mike, is steadfast. Your steadfast involvement has helped the city in many ways. As being chairman of our Public Safety Committee, promoting our new animal shelter, and the fire station improvements, I don't think any of those would be done without your help and guidance. And getting, obviously, our new outdoor warning signs on order, and they'll be placed up soon. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, the reward of a thing well done is having done it. Mike, has been a pleasure to work with you, and best wishes from all the city of Jefferson in your future endeavors, my brother. Thanks. Mike, do you have any words?
Nothing prepared, but I would like to thank staff and the various councils that I've been on with, and 2 mayors, 3 city administrators, and everybody else that's been involved in the city. It's been a great pleasure. I've really enjoyed my 8 years and looking forward to having more Monday nights off. Thanks.
We would also like to thank Linda. Linda, could you please stand? For the last 8 years, Linda's had control over Monday Night TV, and that'll probably change. However, her and Mike do share a love of the Cardinals, so I'm sure that will continue. Any comments from council members? Carrie.
Thank you. Mike, I've enjoyed serving with you, and I know it's so great that we can have whatever opinions on whatever topic all these years, and we still just, I feel like we get along so well, and we can debate topics, and it's just been fun debating with you, and I've enjoyed working with you over the years, and look forward to seeing you and Linda. I feel like I've grown to know you all so much better and become friends with both of you, and look forward to keeping in touch. So good luck with everything. Thanks, Mike.
Well, Mike, I'm sure that this is going to be repeated many times, but I've felt like as the senior council person that you have provided steadfast leadership for us, and have kept us on an even keel, and I just really have appreciated your approach. When you felt like something's needed to be said, you've been more than willing to say it, but you've also been a listener and someone that was willing to let others express their ideas and their opinions, and we'll miss you. No one's replaceable, I guess, but you've provided a valuable service to this city, and we can all look to pattern ourselves after you. You've done a very good job.
Councilman Kuhn.
I don't know what there is left to say. I've enjoyed working with you over my 5 years, and what I've always appreciated has been your honesty and knowing where you stand on issues. You're one when you've got a position, you share it, and you tend to stick with it. So it's last 5 years have been a pleasure.
Councilman Weber.
I had the pleasure, I was on the council when Mike was first elected back in, was it '04, I guess? '04. And I believe I was the first person that called you and congratulated you, but then I told you I had a pothole in front of my house that I needed to have fixed. But anyway, it seems like a long time ago, but back in '04, we were certainly pleased to have you come on, and I only worked with you less than a year, I guess, if the first go around, but the last year and a half or so, it's been a pleasure again, and we're certainly going to miss you for your wisdom and all that you've done. Thanks, Mike.
Councilman Schulte.
To Mike and Rich both, I've only gotten to to know both of you for the past year now, but I highly respect both of you and your opinions and the wisdom that you bring. So good luck with your future endeavors, and it's been great to get to know you. Thanks.
Dr. Pope.
Well, we've had some great challenges together, Mike, and it's been a lot of fun. I'll never forget my baptism that first summer was when we were trying to make heads or tails out of the vehicle replacement program, when you, being in the car business, were there telling us these cars aren't worth anything. You know, it's been a great challenge, and you've helped us tremendously. Thank you.
Councilman Lubert.
Well, like, pardon me, like Sean, I've been here only a year, but my observation is that the council has throughout this year been very friendly with each other, and so the results have been very productive, I've thought, and certainly Rich and Mike have been a good part of that. I was on the Public Safety Committee with Mike, and so I've experienced his leadership firsthand, and it's been very strong and very good. And Rich, I've been always interested in the finance and stayed for several of the meetings, even though I wasn't a member of that committee, and was very interested in your activity. And since you were chairman of the Budget Committee, got to work with you on that. So it's been a good time. Thank you.
Councilman Bray.
Yes, for both of you. I've known you for such a short period of time, but I feel that I've learned so much from you that I will continue to use as long as I can stay in these chambers. Thank you very much for your time and everything you've given me. Thank you.
Once again, let's have a round of applause for Mike Harvey. I almost had to go with 2 words when it came to Councilman Kuhn, but they wouldn't let me use locked and loaded. When I think of Rich Kuhn, I think of the word dependable. Rich, you're very instrumental in keeping the city on track as far as our annual budget processes and helping the Finance Committee in whatever way was needed. Your perseverance at keeping us on track helped us to accomplish great budgets in a timely manner and was valued and respected by myself and others. Congratulations to you and your wife and your grandkids. Your grandkids will obviously not get just another hunter or someone to take them camping or hiking, because you do that now anyway. Rich, one thing about you and Mike, I have to tell you both. During some difficult times early in my administration, I had to count on people for a couple votes. Once I knew where you stood, I never had to wonder, and I appreciate that. Rich, thank you very much. Any words, Rich?
Oh, it's been an interesting 5 years. Most of it's been enjoyable. It's had its moments when, you know, it hasn't been as quite as enjoyable as other times, but I've enjoyed working with the city staff. What I've really gained is an appreciation for what a dedicated and really efficient staff we have. They do their jobs, they do them well, and they do them in some trying times. I've also appreciated the support of the other council members, especially during the budget season when, as you know, tempers and other things can flare up in budget sessions, and especially Mike, who helped keep those sessions short during my tenure as budget chair. So I appreciate all your help, and especially from the city staff. They've taken care of just about every problem I've referred to them with constituents. So thank you, guys.
All right, thank you, Rich. Carrie, any comments?
Well, Rich, you came on council before me, but 4 years ago when I first ran, you were running at the same time, and I just remember, I just feel like from the beginning, from day one with me, you've been there, and I feel like we're in this together, and I just remember getting to know you through some of those council debates and how much I appreciated having you on the council and appreciated you being at almost every downtown association meeting. I hadn't seen, I mean, the years I'd been involved in downtown, I hadn't seen council representation like I have seen with you, and I know Jim Penfold at the time was there as well. but I really appreciate you taking the time to represent your ward the way you did with downtown, because we hadn't seen that before. So you really took on a great role there, and also appreciate what you did at South School, those kind of programs that you sort of invented and took the lead on, and I hope you continue with that, and I'll look forward to those kind of things in the future, and I'll look forward to seeing you downtown whenever you get a chance. Come in and see me. Thanks, Rich.
Bob?
Rich, I guess I'm just a few months shy of 4 years of service. I think I added it up the other day. It's 3 years and 7 months. But during that time, I've come to know you. I can't say that I'd ever met you until I was appointed to the council. But I really appreciate your quiet leadership. I mean, you are a person that, when you have something to say, you speak up, and it's never wasted words or said for effect. And I've really appreciated your leadership on the budget. That's difficult, but again, you exhibited wise and firm leadership, and I was really impressed, especially with our last two budgets. Not sure I knew what we were doing the first time, so but the second two, I was really impressed, and we'll miss you just as we'll miss Mike. Thank you.
Mike?
Well, we were just talking to Steve earlier about
Missing the next budget session, which I'm grateful that we're going to miss it. Rich is too. But it's been a real pleasure working with you, Rich. It's sitting next to you finally. We sat across from each other for a while, but I really enjoyed your leadership and your candor and your common sense. It's been a real pleasure working with you.
Thank you, Mike. Moving down the aisle, Mr. Weber.
Likewise, Rich, it's been a pleasure to work with you. I really didn't know you, I don't think, very well. We might have met before I came on a year and a half ago. I think I know your wife. But anyway, through the Finance Committee and the budget, you've done a wonderful job. They were, compared to what they were back in the early 2000s, they've came a long way, the process, and you've done a good job of that. And again, as Carrie mentioned, the work that you have personally done over at Southwark with the writing program it speaks very highly of what you've done in your ward, and we're going to miss you.
Rich, again, it's been a privilege to work with you, and as the counterpart to the second ward, I appreciate your wisdom and insight there, and highly respect you again, and so wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Rich, I have appreciated your professionalism and how you have operated on finance, and especially the budget process. These last two budgets have been very different than times past, and I appreciate your guidance. We'll remember you each and every year as those essay winners come before us, and that's something that I have really enjoyed, and you had a great idea, and I wish there would be time for all of us to have essay contests in our ward. It would be great, but thank you for what you've brought to the council.
Well, Sean is going to continue that, so hope to see the South School kids here next year again.
Councilman Lubert.
It occurred to me my earlier comments were about both of you, Rich and Mike, so I'll just say best of luck to both of you.
Councilman Bray.
And I can't say what has already been said any better than it has been said. I too have enjoyed working with both of you very, very much, and I wish you both all the best. Thank you.
Okay, our city administrator, Nathan Nicholas.
Well, I just want to say to both of you, first of all, Mike, excuse me, my throat's breaking up a little bit. Mike, I remember when you first came on the council was in a bit of a turmoil at that point in time. And I remember shortly after you were elected, you and a couple of other new councilmen came to a meeting where a good part of the city staff was there. And they stood up and gave you a spontaneous standing ovation. And it was genuinely heartfelt. And I think that I speak for the entire staff and say that the strong feelings we had that day, we still have for you. You have been a rock, and you have done tremendous work for the council. And I think that, you know, as I sit and listen, I was kind of wondering what the mayor's word for you was going to be, because as I sit and think about you, you hardly ever say anything. But when you do, it's usually very wise and usually carries the day. And we will miss that strength. And Councilman Kuhn, a lot of people have mentioned, you know, that Councilman Kuhn has this essay contest. I've been privileged to go over there to South School with him, and you know, when we see him, he's a tough guy in council, and but when he's over there, he's a rock star. I mean, those kids love him, flock around him, adore him, and that'll be great. I only wish the two of you could stayed on finance long enough for one of Mike's motions to accept the mayor's budget as written to have been approved. So thank you both, and thank you to your wives. I don't think that most people who are listening or here today have any idea of the sacrifices that are made for people to be on the council, and what a tremendous amount of time and sacrifice is required. So thank you both.
One more round of applause for both of our gentlemen leaving tonight. Okay, at this point in time, we are on number 23 of our first meeting, approval of closed session minutes. Councilman Scrivener, at this point in time, I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion? For this, we will have roll call, please.
Bray,
Aye.
Carroll,
Aye.
Harvey,
Aye.
Kuhn,
Aye.
Lubert,
Aye.
Pope,
Aye.
Schulte,
Aye.
Scrivener,
Aye.
Weber.
Aye.
Motion passes. That's a big motion to have at the end of the year. I have one, just a few small words here, and this is actually to the 2011-2012 council. The decisions you have made over the last year have been many. You've helped move our city forward. Your professionalism and teamwork have paid off. You've not been afraid of taking on tough issues. As we say goodbye tonight to those leaving us and say hello to our new members, there are still tough decisions ahead of us. Our budget for 2013 will not be an easy one. Our city is on the verge of projects that we've talked about and discussed for years to come, or for years in the past. I challenge you as a group here tonight, and in the audience, our new members, be the council that moves our city in a forward direction by getting our conference center to a building phase. Help our children by working with our Parks and Rec department for our multipurpose building. Help improve our parking downtown. Help approve additional resources to help save the buildings of MSP. You are today's leaders. Continue to build on the foundations that have been left behind you by other councils and other mayors. Our future is in your hands. With pleasure, I say, sine die.